So this is something that I never thought would be possible with GameStop Retro. Could you imagine going into a location, asking to see the retro games that they had, and being told that you could not buy that game, that they weren't going to sell it to you because they wanted to buy that game instead? Well, I'm not just saying it, this actually happened to me. This was a GameStop store. It was not a retro store, but I've been told to check all of the different locations because I have been getting lucky finding different retro games. Games that they have not put out on the floor, some that they hold behind the counter, and every so often, they may ship it to a retro location. Just because they want to take in as much retro. They want to get these games, and they just want to keep adding to their inventory. No, this is the craziest thing that happened, and I went in there. This is the same place that I found those amazing GameCube games at. That Mario Party 6 with the big cardboard box. Getting it for just a loose disc price and being able to upgrade my version, keep the big cardboard box, have the microphone with it, and just add some really great titles into my set. Now, I went into this store and I asked to see the games that were not out on the shelves. And what did the employee do? She gave me all of these games. There were a couple for the Nintendo 64 in the cartridge, just only. So they weren't complete in the box or anything like that. And I already owned them, so I did not need them. Then she showed me some of the GameCube games that they had left. She printed these lists for me, and she pulled out a Game Boy game. Not just the cartridge, but Super Mario Land for the original Game Boy. It had the original box, it had the manual, it had the cartridge, it had all of the inserts, everything. She showed me the box. I was able to hold on to it, get a video of it, which you'll see, and I said, how much is this? Never mind, I'll take it. Because I knew that it was going to be cheap enough, much cheaper than what the original, complete box was going to be worth. And she said, actually, I'm not going to sell this. So she told me, a paying customer, that she was not going to sell this game to me. She said, I actually am thinking about buying it. And I said, are you thinking, or are you going to buy it? Because I'm ready to buy it right now. So she said that she was thinking about buying it, and that if she didn't buy it, she would pass it on to me another day. So I thought that this was crazy, but I wasn't going to argue. I wasn't going to say anything too crazy. I was just, just curious how this could even happen, how a game that had been sitting there since September, this is now November when this happened, and she did not buy it. She didn't even know it existed. She didn't bother to look in the drawer. And because I asked about it, I had it in my hands, I was ready to buy it for $20. She was like, no, I'm going to buy it instead. So it is just so crazy to me. So I go back the next day and I asked to see that game. And the guy there tells me that you had to be quicker than that. You had to buy it right then and there. I couldn't wait a day. And I said, well, the other person wouldn't even sell it to me. So that's why I'm coming back today to see if it's still here. So she actually purchased it. And it's just so wild to me because she was harping on the price and saying that she knows it's a more expensive game. So that's why it was an amazing deal. Now, who knows if she kept it? Who knows if she resells it? No one really knows, but it's just so crazy that now, with GameStop Retro, we have to compete with the employees. They're getting these games in. They get the first pick of everything, which they should be able to do. But if someone's holding the game and ready to buy it, and it's been sitting there for months, do you think that they still have first dibs anymore? Or do you think that the customer should be able to buy this game? Now, I'm not going to be completely negative because they did give me free games at this location. They cannot take in every game out there. So she said that I could have these games instead because they were just going to trash them, throw them in the dumpster. We've seen this way too often. We've seen this before. Someone didn't want to get these games and sell them to GameStop because they couldn't take them. They didn't want to keep them, so they just left them there. And what are they going to do? They're going to trash these perfectly great games. Now, whether they're great or not. But for the history, especially these two right here, these are Blockbuster exclusive games. We have Outlaw Volleyball, only on the Xbox. hot new action, hot new outfits, red hot. So this one is just, playing on this advertising. Blockbuster exclusive. This one is also only on the Xbox. We have Outlaw Golf, 9 more holes of Xmas. So even more holes for the holidays. So of course, a golfing game here. But these two, I'm just thankful that I was able to save them from going in the trash. But it would have been so great to add that Game Boy game into the collection. It's just so wild. Then Moto GP2. This racing title here with these crashy animations. This game, I believe that I've played it before. You get to customize your rider and your bike. And then, of course, Ghost Recon. This is like a staple. These Tom Clancy games. This one, Squad-Based Battlefield Combat. The game of the year. So this is one that I grew up. Now, I remember Ghost Recon 2 a little bit more. But it's just crazy. They were going to trash these games. And then I'm arguing with employees over buying a game. It's just so wild to me. I want to know about your crazy experiences at this new GameStop Retro. Was I in the right, in the wrong? Was the employee right? Was the employee wrong? I just want to know what you would have done in this crazy situation. Now, we've already seen fake games here. We've already seen them get the training, get the tools, everything else. And now we have to deal with employees literally taking games back out of your hand and not allowing you to buy them when you have the cash ready. Just so crazy to me. But I want to know, am I overreacting? So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.